moving on real quick. We got some super chats and then Paul's final story. Rhiannon, $2 super chat. The mother blank USA. I think that was a question in regards to that. I think Rhiannon wins, so there we go.
There are a bunch of asterisks there.
Asterisks.
That means something.
Insert your meaning.
Sarah
everyone.
Hughes, $5 super chat. PSA: those who are healthy and can, please donate blood. Along with supply shortages, there's also a blood shortage. Thanks for all you guys do. Well, you know what? Also, thank you again for all you guys, you subscribers, you Patreon supporters, people in Super Chat. You guys are building the studio up. We show up here, we do a lot of work, but at the end of the day, you guys are the lifeblood, the beating heart of Hardlens Media. We would not exist were it not for all of you. You guys.
Make
Let's
sure you
all
spread the
communicate
word.
and work together. We have to help each other out. We're only here for so long, but it's all of us working together.
Make
So
sure you
thank
spread the news about Hardlens Media. We want to make sure our message reaches as many as people as we can. So please help us with that.
Also another $5 super chat. Rhiannon, actually 2 years. Don't forget around 2 and around 3 and possibly around 4. Kentucky flu, 1918.
Spanish, did you say Kentucky flu?
She said Kentucky flu,
Kentucky
which
flu.
is another
Oh,
way
yeah,
of
right,
describing
right,
the Spanish flu.
Right.
All right, Paul, you got another story. Let's go.
Yeah. So this is really a continuation of a story I brought up yesterday where auto plants were remaining open despite health risks, and workers were really trying to get the auto plants to shut down. Well, Fiat Chrysler was forced to close its plants and cancel shifts after thousands of workers in Michigan and Ohio downed their tools yesterday in opposition to the decision of the company and the Auto Workers Union to continue production during the coronavirus pandemic.
Very good.
All 3 Detroit-based automakers later announced plans to shut plants throughout North America. For weeks, the UAW has sought to keep workers in factories by issuing joint statements with corporate executives which falsely claimed the plants were safe, and by joining management in threatening workers with termination if they refused to work under unsafe conditions. Faced with criminal indifference of the UAW to their own lives, auto workers are taking matters into their own hands. The work stoppages in the United States are the latest in a worldwide wildcat strike wave in defiance of unions. Auto workers in Italy, Spain, and Canada earlier walked off the job in protest of management's decision to continue production during nationwide lockdowns. Again, it's hard to imagine that demand for vehicles would even remain high in a situation where, again, we're looking at potentially 20% unemployment, where people are struggling because many industries are denying extending paid sick leave. When we're in the middle of a pandemic that is forcing a lot of cities to go on shelter-in-place orders. People's pocketbooks are going to be impacted, and priorities will be things like rent and healthcare and food. So it's hard to imagine, even if they maintained production of vehicles, if those vehicles would find their way off of lots in the first place. That said, I applaud all of the workers who, as this article points out, took matters into their own hands and took to wildcat strikes. Now, a reminder, a wildcat strike is an unsanctioned strike. In the United States, under the Taft-Hartley Act, which is decades old, that's illegal. You're not allowed to just strike. What's required in the United States is a very long amount of lead-up time to let the company know that we intend to strike, and we'll give you, I don't remember what it is, it's a number of months. So you can get everything in place, you can garnish wages, you can put your investments where you need to, you can line up strike breakers or temporary workforce to take our place so that the effect of our strike will be minimized, basically to invalidate any potential benefit that the strike could have toward advancing the cause of the union workers. And a lot of unions, like the UAW, have, because it's so large, they've ended up having troubled confluence of interest with the actual industry rather than the workers they're said to represent. It's an extremely political field. And so I applaud the workers for ignoring that law, for standing up for their own rights and their own safety in a situation where in these factories, yeah, that's basically disregarding the CDC's recommendation of, not having gatherings of 50 or more people. I'm pretty sure more than 50 people work in each of these individual plants. Now, they don't necessarily work in very close quarters with one another, but spending day in and day out in large warehouses with other people, I mean, that's a significant risk. Again, for a product that it's hard to imagine that demand would maintain high for. So good for them. It's good that the auto plants finally got the message and closed their doors.
Now, I think that there was a very specific thing that I took away from that was, I think that got overlooked. They ignored their unions.
Yeah.
Union leadership.
You kind of talked about that a little bit with that. But isn't that interesting? Where we live in a time where it's usually, what do you expect? You expect in a situation like this, like the union's like, hey, I'd love to strike, but the Taft-Hartley Act's there. So guys, we really can't. I'll give them notice. Let me try and find something. No. The union is working with management or alongside it or in the interest or whatever have you. So the workers are actually going, I have to fight not only my work on this, I have to fight my own union. This is one of the fundamental issues I have with the way unions exist now, is that they have two problems. That either if the union's doing a good job, it means that there's an eternal fight between them and management. Or in many cases in America like this, the union sort of is an extension of management and has basically like, oh, we can kind of argue with this benefit or that benefit, but they can't really do much more or won't do much more. And so you have workers here who are doing the right thing and going, hey, I got to be safe. Why am I producing all this when I might die as a result? You're not giving me... now, maybe if they had an agreement, like, hey, we'll give you hazard pay or something like that, then maybe. But no, this is American capitalism, everyone.
But good on the workers.
Yeah.
So here's what I got to say to the workers. You had every right to walk away. You had every right to protect not only yourself, but your families and your friends. Union leadership. The key word, union leadership. Why didn't you step up? And to the people who are part of that union, now's the time to replace those leaders because they don't give a damn. You guys took the initiative. You guys had the courage and the tenacity to step up and fill the void where leadership and management failed. This is why we have to get involved. See, this is why I always keep saying, there's no knight on the hill that's going to save us. It's always been us. It's always been you. All of you have what it takes to be a legion. All of you have what it takes to be a hero. All of you have what it takes to step up and fight for a better future. And I don't care whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green, Socialist, Independent, non-voter. All of us know what's right. And what's happening now is wrong. We have to fight for that better future. We have to step up. So to the union organizers that did this, to the people who walked away from the plants, you guys are heroes. You did the right thing because it is the right thing. We are dealing with something the likes of which we have never seen before.
Hey, welcome to Hard Lens Media. We're Evolution of Manly, the show about the evolving ideas of what it means to be a man in today's society, and we are shooting here at the 99 Perspective Studio. You can see us and a bunch of other shows on their website, which is in the link in the description below.